In a chilling discovery on March 31, 1998, a fisherman casting his line at the Harbor One Marina in Saybrook Point in Old Saybrook, Connecticut, stumbled upon an eerie sight, a lone sneaker bobbing in the Connecticut River. Yet, this was no ordinary abandoned shoe. Inside lay the grim evidence of a human foot. The remains were found about 400 yards offshore from the marina, which, at the time, lay dormant for the season. Shocked by his find, the fisherman wasted no time and promptly alerted a marina employee, who swiftly contacted the authorities. Responding to the call, the United States Coast Guard made an attempt to retrieve the remains from the water. However, their efforts proved futile with the equipment at hand. Consequently, the Department of Environmental Protection was summoned to lend their expertise in the recovery operation. When the remains were finally brought ashore, they presented a haunting sight, mostly skeletonized, suggesting they had spent a considerable time submerged. Determining even the gender proved to be a challenge initially. To unravel the mystery, an anthropologist and a dental forensic specialist were called in to meticulously examine the remains for any telltale clues. An autopsy was performed, shedding light on the identity of the deceased, a white or possibly Latino male aged between 30 and 35 years. Standing at a height of 5 feet 8 inches and weighing 200 pounds, his physical attributes started to form a clearer picture. Yet, due to the advanced state of decomposition, details like eye or hair color remained elusive. It was deduced that the man had passed away at least a year prior to the grim discovery. Despite exhaustive efforts, investigators hit a roadblock in determining the cause of death. The narrative took a perplexing turn as investigators pieced together the man's attire: a coat featuring a distinctive purple zipper, shreds of black pants, black socks, and FILA brand sneakers size 9.5. Among his possessions was a silver butane lighter adorned with an eagle perched upon a globe, bearing the cryptic number 2688. Adding to the mystery was the belief among law enforcement that the man's remains had drifted downstream to Old Saybrook. The state of his body hinted at a journey through marshy terrain before the rising waters of the river carried him along its currents. Since the grim unveiling of the unknown man's body, investigators have relentlessly pursued every avenue in search of his identity. However, no missing persons reports aligned with the discovery, and each lead followed has led to dead ends. In a bid for recognition, a facial reconstruction was meticulously crafted by the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children, while dental records were diligently submitted to both the American Dental Association and the Department of Defense's dental unit. The man's image was disseminated far and wide, gaining exposure on platforms like America's Most Wanted's website and even gracing the playing cards of the state's cold case deck, where he took the place of the 9 of Hearts. Descriptions of his attire and the unique design of his recovered lighter were circulated, with investigators going as far as reaching out to the National Lighter Museum in Oklahoma. Yet, despite these tireless endeavors, the man's identity stubbornly eluded discovery, leaving investigators stymied and the case in a state of suspension. In 2004, the unidentified man was laid to rest under the somber moniker of John Doe. In 2022, the Connecticut Office of Chief Medical Examiner forwarded this case, along with their entire unidentified caseload, to Othram, a Texas-based forensic genetic genealogy company, for advanced forensic DNA testing. Othram has initiated crowdfunding for this case, and fortunately, it has been fully funded. If you're interested in contributing to the funding of other cases that Othram is looking to crowdsource, you can find the donation link in the description. If you have any information that could help lead to the identity of this man, you can contact the Connecticut Officer of Chief Medical Examiner or the Old Saybrook Police Department.